Doctors have a word for a person with injuries like hers: corpse. But on a dark night in 1994, Alison Botha refused to listen. It started with an abduction from the safety of her own home. She was driven to the wilderness where her attackers decided she could not be left alive to identify them. They stabbed her 37 times, disemboweling her on the cold sand. To silence her forever, they sawed at her throat 16 times so deeply that they nearly severed her head. They left her body, certain no one could survive that. Lying there with no air passing through her throat, she had to consciously use her stomach muscles just to breathe. She saw a faint light in the far distance and made a choice. This is a story that defies all logic. It proves the human will is the strongest force on this planet. Make sure you follow so you don't miss the next unbelievable story. A voice in her head gave her a simple command: move. So she did. Holding her own intestines inside her with one hand and using the other to physically keep her head attached to her neck, she began to crawl. Inch by painful inch, she dragged her broken body across the dirt until she reached the road. She collapsed on the cold asphalt where a young veterinary student stopped, thinking he'd hit an animal in the dark. The doctors at the hospital didn't know how to begin. By every medical textbook, she should have died within minutes. But this story was never about medicine. It's about the impossible strength of a woman who looked death in the face and said, "Not today."